quickly things change.
500, already know what he about, boy. Reppin' Eagles to the day he die. Got no love for the Cowboys. Got the green, black, and the silver. Jersey on nice, so official. Stream live. Fitness cop pizzle, he can get the middle finger. Haters gon' say what they want. But Eagles, we fly high. Got a shout out to the homie. Philadelphia 789. Biggest fan that you gon' find. Philadelphia run it. Yeah, people showing love.
This is big thing right here. And I hope everybody's having a great evening. Hope you guys are doing well. We got a lot to celebrate tonight. The Eagles beat the Jets 31-6. And hey, we are in the victory celebration room, better known as my garage, where we come out to smoke a stogie when we win any game. I don't care what game the Eagles win. They can beat a Pee-wee football team. I don't care if we win or smoking a cigar. And I can't do it in the house because the wife will come out and double moonwalk my ass. And we can't have that, you know? So, without further ado, we're going to have to light this bad boy up. But oh, wait. I want you guys to see my Hall of Fame wall that is unfinished and will now remain unfinished for eternity because it drives Mark Holmes nuts. He likes to get his carpenter stuff. He likes to do his hammer and nails and all that kind of stuff. And paint. Paint the fence, Mark. Paint the fence. You're bending the blade. It stays. And you know what? Before I light this bad boy up, we're going to dedicate it. We're going to dedicate it to the Eagles' defensive line. My boys went off today. 10 sacks. I said they're going to have 5. They had 10. They doubled it. That's a beautiful thing, and they deserve this cigar. It's on them. They were fantastic. And without further ado, let's light this bad boy up and let's talk about it because we got a lot to talk about, a lot to be excited about, and some things we got to be concerned about. With that said, here we go. It tastes so good. You know, why use a lighter when you can use a blowtorch? That's what I always say. So, Eagles' big win today, man. And look, I know we're going to get the people in here and they're going to say, you only beat the Jets, why are you celebrating? Look, a win is a win in the NFL. And getting over 500 and getting into the position that the Eagles are, it's important. It's important. This is not a game, as my man shout out to LT in the chat today. He said, you know, this isn't one of those games you brag about, but it's one of those games you can build on. And that's the truth, especially from the defense. The defense needed a game like this that they could build on. And, you know, it's so beautiful because about 2 weeks ago I was saying to the Dallas Cowboy fans, you saw it at the beginning of this video, you know, things can change quickly. Things can change within 1 week. You don't win a Super Bowl in September or October. You got a long season, and the Cowboys, they're going to have a long fight ahead of them. We are coming. We are going to be here. And now we're tied with first place, and I love it. And let me give another shout out to Philadelphia Fan 789 for making or having that song created for me and then just giving it to me. It was very nice of him, and he asked if I would put it in a video, and I wanted to make sure I did that. And a shout out to you, man. I definitely think I'm going to put it in my new ringtone store that's coming soon. But, you know, shout out to you, buddy. But, you know, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. We're 3-2. We got some things we got to clean up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not flipping out like the Green Bay game. This is a game we had to win. We're supposed to win. But what I really wanted to see was a few things out of this game. You know, I had a couple check marks that I wanted to see get done. First check mark, of course, is no real injuries. I don't think we had any. Second thing is I wanted to see McCown come in the fourth quarter for cleanup duty. That happened. I wanted to see the secondary play better. That happened. I wanted to see the defensive line get to the quarterback. That happened. So to me, we checked off all the things that I was concerned about, and I feel very good going into the Minnesota game next week. Now, here's the other thing that's just icing on the cake. The Dallas stinking Cowboys lost. They lost, and it was a beautiful thing. And it's just so funny to me, you know, the hypocrisy that I constantly hear from a lot of Cowboy fans. Not all of them. There are some really good ones, but a lot of them, you know, they'll say things like this. They'll say, Carson Wentz, he threw 2 interceptions against the Atlanta Falcons. You'll never see Dak Prescott throw 2 interceptions. You're right. He threw 3. He should have thrown 4. He threw 3. It could happen to anybody. You know what I mean? See, I've always said that Dak Prescott has talent. He's good. It's a matter of will the coaches bring him up the right way, and they didn't. And this is the first year they're opening it up a little bit. But he threw 3 interceptions. He wasn't good today, and he deserves criticism. I mean, do you realize the criticism my man Carson Wentz would get if he did that? I mean, just look at the New Orleans game, which is also funny because like a week ago, Mark Holmes brings up the New Orleans Saints game and wants to show us all the interceptions Carson throws, like Dak Prescott couldn't throw 3 interceptions. Well, guess what? He did. He did. And here's the other thing. I don't think Cowboy fans should be bragging or talking crap to the Eagles or any of the Eagle fans right now, because here's the thing. You beat the Giants, stink. The Redskins stink. The Miami Dolphins stink. You lost to the Saints and you lost to Green Bay, who came into your home and double moonwalked your ass. Meanwhile, that Green Bay team that beat you, we went into Lambeau and beat them. So by your logic, and this isn't Philly 500's logic because I understand any given Sunday, but by the logic and what I hear constantly, especially in week 2 and week 3 of this season, when you guys just let me have it. Okay, you let me have it. This is the type of things you were saying. You know what I mean? Your boy has, what does he have? 4 or 5 interceptions now in the year? Come on, let's be fair here. Let's be fair. Eagles, Cowboys are going to battle it out. We're going to battle it out. You know what I mean? And we're still trying to get things right. We're not perfect. We're far from perfect. No doubt about it, you know? And, okay. What's going on? And Mark, shout out to Mark Holmes. I saw your video earlier in the week where you said Philly 500's lying about his team to people. My response is coming, and I'm glad I waited because now I have more ammo. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to expose you. And here's the other thing, my man. I love Mark in real life. Real life, we're friends and stuff, but we gotta go at it when it comes to Eagles Cowboys. When you are trolling me, and you're there, you got my video up, and you're talking to all these people, and you're laughing at me, and you're watching me be miserable, and all your Cowboy fans are coming, I take it. I take it. I take it. I don't complain. I take it. But Eagle fans tell me that they're getting blocked on a massive scale. Massive censorship. Mark, let my people troll. Let my people troll. That's all I have to say to you until my video. But things have changed. Things have changed so quick. In 2 weeks, the Eagles are now in first place with Dallas, with a game against Dallas coming up in 2 weeks. And after the way Dallas played against Green Bay, I have no worries about the Cowboys. No worries. I think we match up perfectly against them, really. Here's how you beat Dallas. It's very simple. You don't try to run at the perimeters and stuff like that. You run right at them. Their linebackers are very athletic. They're very fast. But you can run right at them. And that's what the Green Bay Packers did. And if the Eagles come in with Jordan Howard and do that, good night. Good night. We'll deal with that in a few weeks. It's going to be fun. This is a big week, actually, man. This is going to be a good week. Tomorrow, I'm going to go see the Joker. Can't wait. I want to see that Joker. I've heard good things about it. My man, shout out to Nitro Freak. I watched his review on it, and I'm very interested in seeing the performance. One of the things that he said about it that really stood out, because I keep hearing the people saying, is it Phoenix or Ledger? Who's the better Joker? And he said that they're really two different type eras, you know? In what was it, Joaquin Phoenix? His Joker is like he's still finding himself. He's not comfortable. As where Ledger, he's full gone. He's comfortable, in his mask as himself as a Joker. So they're not really comparable. So I thought that was very interesting. Interesting enough take that I'm going to go see the Joker tomorrow. I was going to see it anyways, but now I'm not going to wait. And then Friday, Breaking Bad. El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. If you have not seen Breaking Bad, go watch it. I promise you will love this movie. Just go watch the pilot TV series. Just go watch the pilot episode of Breaking Bad. That's all you have to do. You do that for Philly 500, he'd be very, very happy. But you got to go watch it because it's just a fantastic show. El Camino comes out Friday. It is going to be a good week, man. With the Eagles win, the Cowboys lost, man. This is one of those great weeks. And even the Giants lost today. The Giants, they lose. You know they're going to lose next week, so they're 2-4. They're back to stinking. Bad dog is the mad. Bad dog is a mad dog. Cause he knows the Giants always stink. Ha ha ha. They do. But I say what, Daniel Jones probably looks a little better than I thought he would be. But man, it's a great week all around. Now let's talk a little bit about this game before I get distracted. Start thinking about eggnog. I keep thinking about eggnog. Love eggnog, man. But the defense, I was very happy with. I love the pressure on the quarterback. Now, Falk, this kid holds the ball too long, and we got some sacks because of that. But it was good and important, in my opinion, to get some of these guys going, like Brandon Graham, who had 3 sacks. To get these guys going today is good. And I think it will probably relax them a little bit going into the next game because they feel like, hey, okay, we had our sacks. We kind of broke through. Now we're good to go. Secondary still scares me. We got to fix it. Obviously, they weren't too bad today because look who was the quarterback. And, it's just the way it is. It's just the truth. And in this game, what really frustrated me, and I want to make sure that I'm not going into, I don't want to make this too much about the complaints and the problems. We did win, but there are things we have to address. I mean, the offense was bad. In my opinion, the offense was really sloppy. I thought they came out first drive, went down there, scored, beautiful. Then we have the pick 6. And then once we have the pick 6, I felt like they were just like, this game's over. And they were very sloppy, a lot of penalties. Refs love to call the flag. And when you get a sloppy offense with refs throwing flags, you're in for trouble. I mean, there was 3 or 4 straight drives where they were 2nd and 18, 2nd and 18, 2nd and 25, something else, 2nd and something else, and it just wasn't good. Now, my main worry is still the cornerback situation. I think we need to get a corner. I still think we need to get traded, and I still think something is going to happen at the deadline. Now, a lot of people are saying Jalen Ramsey's off the table because the owner said so, and very well may be the case. But I am keeping my eye on it because if I was thinking about this, if I was the owner of the Jags, and I was thinking I'm going to have to trade this guy, I would talk him up, talk about how much we love him, we want to keep him, and try to get his value as high as possible before the deadline. And he could be doing that. We're going to have to see. But I know that the Eagles are going to make some moves. I do. I think they're going to get a corner, maybe even a defensive end before the deadline. But I think the outside thing to think about getting is a wide receiver. They need an insurance policy for Deshaun Jackson because if he's got sports hernia, which some people are saying, he may not be right all year. You know what I mean? He may come back a game and then miss a couple games. It just may be that way. And the problem, the issue I have with today's game is I didn't think the offense was good. I didn't even think Carson Wentz was good. Okay, I thought Carson was okay. I thought the offense was okay running the ball, but I thought they were sloppy and it just wasn't good enough. I wanted an offensive explosion. Okay, and Alshon Jeffrey don't look healthy either, by the way. But if you look at a lot of Carson's passes, and he threw most of the passes he threw went to Alshon, then Ertz. But what you're seeing from this offense is you're seeing them throw a lot of short passes, a lot of over the middle passes, and everything is in tight. And if you notice and go back and watch the game, just notice how many times guys catch the ball with people already around them, already ready to tackle them. I mean, it was constantly and it was all day. Now, I kind of blame the play calling, the coaching, maybe the offensive coordinator for this. Because what's happening is because Deshaun Jackson is not in the game anymore. He is not in. The Eagles have just abandoned the vertical passing game. They have abandoned it. Okay, they tried it once with Nelson. He was wide open. Carson overthrew him. But when you look at the replay, he gets hit. And while he's running around, it hit him enough where it slowed him up just enough where that ball's overthrown. If that guy don't touch him, and it should have been a penalty. Should have been a penalty. If he don't touch him, Carson it's probably a touchdown. It's probably a touchdown. And then there was one other play where they did call flag. But what that showed you was that if you looked how wide open he was, it's because the Jets defense was cheating up. They're all cheating up right now. They're all saying, you know what, we dare them to throw long. We dare them to throw downfield on us. This is what they're saying. Do you realize, and I said this in my screen today, the Eagles had not thrown over 20 yards since the Redskin game, since they had Deshaun Jackson. So Deshaun Jackson plays one game, they're going vertical. As soon as he comes out, they abandoned it. They abandoned it up until that Aguilar throw. That's bad. That's not good. Okay, that has to change. And I think they will change it, and they can adjust. But, Mike Groh, you got to fix this, because what's happening now is everything's in tight. And every throw Carson has to make is in a tight window. There's no guys running free. There's no guys open. And the reason is the defense is daring you to throw long. And you got to do it. Now, we don't have Deshaun Jackson. Yes, I know. But where's Mac Hollins? He can't go long. You can't send Aguilar long again. You did one time. He was open. Go back to it. You know what I mean? Everything's short. Now here's the prime example of that. I believe it was a third and one. It was like a 3.5 foot or something. Okay, Carson under center, play action fakes it. Okay, when he play action fakes it, that is the play you pop it long. That's the play you go for it all. He throws a 6-yard pass to Goddard that wind up getting knocked down. That was the play you go vertical, and he didn't do it. Then they come back and try the quarterback sneak. Very predictable. And I think that the Eagles, now some people are saying, well, it's the Jets. The Eagles aren't worried about the Jets. They're trying to keep it vanilla. I don't know about that. I don't buy that. Okay, because this has been happening every week. The Eagles have abandoned the vertical game because Deshaun Jackson's not there. And if that's the case, if that's the only way you're going to go vertical, I think you got to go out. Ow! Mother humper! I just banged on the tripod. Not my tripod, that tripod. Anyways, but seriously, I think that a lot of the offensive struggles today, I think they have to do with abandoning the vertical game. Even if you don't get it, and I said this all last year, even if you don't get it, you got to do it, because the defenses, you got to keep them honest. You got to keep them back. And now these defenses, the Jets were pressing, coming up, challenging, and the Eagles didn't take advantage of it. And I thought that was bad. And there were probably a lot of plays if they would have taken it. But here's the thing. From what I was watching, and I went back and watched a little of it, they're not even running routes 20 yards downfield. Everything's short crossing routes, shallow routes, outs. They're not running. Nobody's going downfield for most of the time. That's why you see the guys where they all catch it. They're all sitting there waiting. It's like they go find a spot, wait, catch the ball, get hit. Or they're running, a crossing pattern. The ball gets to them. They're getting hit as soon as it's thrown. And as soon as they touch it. Because they're not. The Eagles have abandoned the vertical game. And I think this is the fundamental problem with the struggling offense today. Okay, this is what the Jets' game plan was, to dare them, and they didn't adjust to it. So hopefully the Eagles will adjust to it, because next week the Vikings are going to air it out on you. With Thielen and Diggs, they're coming after you. So you got to air it out, and you got to be better. Now, this is the one thing that I think the Eagles will fix, and the thing I'm least concerned about. Of course, I'm worried about the secondary. I think that they really scare me right now, and I think today with the defensive line was a good day. I think this is the day that takes the pressure off. So my hope in going to that Minnesota game is that you're going to see a defense kind of relaxing a little bit, easing up, and just going out and playing, having fun, because they got all these sacks out of the way, and you're going to have an offense that is going to recommit itself to stretching the field and using the whole field and forcing the defense to use the whole field. And with those two things happening, the Eagles will beat the Vikings. They will beat them. Okay? So that's how I take it. That's how I see this game overall. Good win. We needed it. We're back in first place, and it's going to be a long season. Lord, light you, mother humper. cigar stinks. It won't light. So, yeah, we got some work to do, but overall, I'm cool. I'm cool with it, you know. And I gotta tell you, looking at the Jet stuff and thumbnails and stuff, I miss Kelly Green, man. I want Kelly Green, and you know, I don't understand why the Bears are wearing throwback uniforms with alternate helmets, and other teams have alternate helmets, but we can't. It doesn't make any sense. I want Kelly Green alternate jersey. Matter of fact, I think from now on, I'm going to commit to only buying throwback Eagles gear. I'm going to only buy throwback Eagles gear from now on. I think that's what I'm going to do. Except for maybe jersey. If I don't, I'll buy. If I buy like a Wentz jersey or whoever, it'll have to be black. Otherwise, yeah, it's time. I want the alternate Kelly Green throwback jersey. Is there anywhere you can get an Eagles throwback jersey that's like a custom made one? Like so I could do like a Wentz, you know, back with the 91 Eagles with the JB99. That would be awesome. It would be awesome, dude. Holy crap. I've yapped too much, man. Oh, man, I'm pulling you people up. I will let you go. Yeah, I should have a video, I think tomorrow. I think sometime tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday, tomorrow or Tuesday, one or the other. Gonna go see the Joker, so if you guys want to know, I'll let you know how that is. But yeah, great win for the Eagles, back in first place. We beat the Jets. Not the Jets are good, but we did what we had to do. Those are the positives I took out of it. You see the things that I'm concerned about and worried about, and maybe we'll see some trade. I'm still waiting for a cornerback. Free Jalen Ramsey. Get us a corner. We need a corner in here, and let's see how he can do. And like I said, the sneaky trade move that nobody's talking about, that people may need to, is a wide receiver. Getting somebody with some speed, an Emmanuel Sanders, somebody like that. The Eagles need to think about it if Deshaun Jackson's going to be out a while. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.